welcome to the very first Python episode by Stand for Future. In this tutorial, we'll be learning the basics of Python, like hello world, variables, strings, and numbers. First, go to REPL.it and create an account. Here you can run Python code. Once you create an account, press New REPL and create a Python. This is the shell. This is where you can run Python commands and get instant output. Over here is where you can write Python script and then run it. And here's your file control, which we'll just close for now. Let's try printing out a statement. So in the shell, you can type print to display something. And you can put double quotes for writing any kind of word. For example, if you're like hello world, hello Python world. You could use double quotes, and you can also use single quotes. This both prints hello Python world. You can also print numbers, like 1. You can print decimals, or also called floats, like 1.5. You can basically print anything. So let's get started with variables. A variable is something that can store a value. For example, we can make a variable called message and call it this is a test. Now when we want to print this out, we can just do print message. So it will print whatever's stored in here, which is this is a test. Now when we run it, you can see it prints this as a test. You can always change what the variable holds. So if you set it to this is a test, you can later change it to maybe I changed it. And now when you print it out again, you should see I changed it now. See, the first time you see this is a test, second time you see I changed it. You have to make sure you always spell the variables right. So for example, if you name a variable called message, if you forget like an extra S over here and you try to run it, it will give you an error because it does not know what this variable is, because this variable doesn't exist. Anything in double quotes or single quotes are called strings. These strings let you write any set of characters. So example, my string is equal to string in double quotes, and my string is equal to string in single quotes. And you can just put single quotes on that side, and it will still work. You can also combine strings together, like my combined string. And when you're defining a variable, there can never be spaces in between the variable names. Something like my string with a space would not work. And you can't start with a number, so 1, a. Like if you tried to find something like that, it wouldn't work. So for example, if you're going to combine the string like my string and my string 2, you could do my string plus my string 2. And now when you print this out, you can see you can get string in double quotes and string in single quotes, so it combines them together. You can also add just regular strings in between. So if you add like a space or a punctuation mark to string in double quotes, string in single quotes. You can also do stuff to string. So if you want to capitalize a name, so say name is equal to Bob, and you want to capitalize it, you can just print name.title. This will capitalize the first word. So now it's Bob. You can also do upper to capitalize the whole word, so now it's all Bob. And you can do lower. So if this was like all caps, it'd return all lower. You can also add stuff like tabs and new lines. So if you want to print like, this is a tab, and you can do \t. This will create a tab, and maybe you can put something like end of tab. Now if you look, you can see this tab, and you have a tab up here, and then there's end of the tab. You can also add a new line. So print line 1, and then do new line, and then line 2. So now when you print this out, you can see they're both on different lines, because this \n creates a new line. You can also combine them together, so you can have multiple \n's, you can have lots of tabs, and you can have it wherever you want. If you want to remove all of the extra white space at the start of or end of a string, for example, you had a string which is like a bunch of spaces, then A, and a bunch more spaces. You can remove all of these by just doing dot, and then lstrip. This will remove all the spaces to the left of the string, so now it will remove all those spaces. And if you do .rstrip, it'll remove all the spaces to the right of the string. And if you do .strip, it'll remove all the spaces. Let's just use these to mark the ends of the string. So now when you print this out, we should see that we only get in all the other extra spaces have been stripped. If you didn't use the strip, then we'd have a bunch of extra white space in here and on this side. Now they're also integers in Python. For example, if you want to print 3 minus 2, you can see you can get 1. You can evaluate many different operations like division, addition, subtraction, and multiplication. And order of operations does matter. This will be -7. You can also make floats, which are also decimals. So for example, 0.1 is a float, because that's a decimal. You can add them together, and it works the same way like regular math. And you can also do multiplication, division, subtraction, and it will still work. Thank you for watching this video, and next time we will be looking at other data structures in Python and more.